Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Biological Tips. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe this channel. So friend, today I'm going to start with respiration part 3, okay? And today we're going to end this chapter respiration. So let us start this chapter of this part 3. So evolution and gaseous exchange system. Now let me tell you what is evolution first, okay? Now from unicellular, the organism has changed to two cell, or we can say it has changed to multicellular slowly. That is evolution, a gradual change in the complexity. ठीक है, evolution वो होता है. Now coming to alveoli, what is alveoli? It is the unit of lungs. The lungs units are alveoli. Okay. Now respiratory system of a unicellular organism to a man. Okay, to a man it's getting complex slowly. That's a gradual evolution. Now let us see in amoeba. अमीबा में क्या होता है? अमीबा अपने एटमॉस्फेयर से ही एयर लेता है थ्रू द प्रोसेस नोन एज डिफ्यूजन. इसके अंदर कोई सिस्टम नहीं होता, सिर्फ एक प्रोसेस है जिसका नाम है डिफ्यूजन. उससे अमीबा रेस्पिरेशन करता है. कमिंग टू इंसेक्ट्स लाइक कॉकरोचेस, ग्रास हॉपर और यू कैन टेल एंट or arthropods, they have pipe-like system known as tracheal system. They have tube-like structures attached to their surface of the body. ठीक है, वहाँ वो पाइप से वो एयर जाती है. वो पाइप्स क्या होते हैं? बॉडी सरफेस से अटैच होते हैं, मसल्स को ऑक्सीजन मिलती है. दीज पाइप सप्लाई एयर टू वेरियस मसल्स. Here also with diffusion only exchange of gases takes place. Now let us see what happen in fishes. Fishes are also known as what? They are also known as pisces. Okay, we mostly use this in science, pisces. Now pisces, what they do, they open their mouth to draw the food, water. I mean, draw means not drawing with your pencil. To take in the water inside. And what is, in water we have oxygen dissolved, so oxygen also goes into their oral cavities, and through gills, which are red colored organs, gills help in exchange of gases, and this is known as bronchial system. Now coming to in lungs, whenever pulmonary word comes, you should think that it is related to lungs. ठीक है, तो in lungs we have pulmonary system. lungs में बस pulmonary system है. Now some like frogs etc., they in them exchange happens with their skin. Now I'll just give brief. See, respiration in plasma membrane, through plasma membrane, amoeba. Tracheal respiration is tubes connected to the body surface, that is grasshopper and everything. Bronchial respiration helps in fishes in bronchial in dissolved oxygen in water. Coming to cutaneous respiration, whenever the word cutaneous comes, you should remember it is related to skin. So earthworm etc., it's related to your skin. Pulmonary respiration, whenever the word pulmonary comes, it's related to lungs, humans and reptiles. Now we will see briefly about respiration in plants. Now see, in each and every, देखो सब में, सी इन ह्यूमन बींग्स में ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम है जिसकी वजह से ऑक्सीजन जाती है. हम लंग्स से ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं, बट हमारे पूरे मसल्स, हमारे ब्रेन, हर जगह ऑक्सीजन जाती है थ्रू ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम, राइट. तो रेस्पिरेशन में तो कोई भी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम है नहीं, इसलिए ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट हैज़ अ रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन. दैट इज लीव्स में है स्टोमाटा, रूट्स में है रूट हेयर, स्टेम्स में होता है लेंटिसेल्स. वुडी स्टेम्स और ग्रीन स्टेम्स दोनों में होता है लेंटिसेल्स. And this helps in exchange of gases. Okay, some plants will have specialized structures, specialized roots, breathing roots, and you can see that in mangroves, or else they have different kind of tissues known as aerenchyma tissues. So special roots you can see in mangroves, breathing roots, and you can see special tissues, that is aerenchyma tissues, in the orchids. Okay, now let us see, oxygen is also required by the plants to produce energy, that is adenosine triphosphate, and releases CO2. Even plants, we learned that only oxygen is released and CO2 is not released. No, it's wrong. CO2 is also released by the plants. CO2 also plants also respire. Okay, I'll just explain this. And this whole system also works with diffusion. Now see, when photosynthesis happen, what will happen? Oxygen and glucose will be released, which is used by other living beings. And then what happens? Respiration is carried out. I'll explain. See here, when photosynthesis has been performed, oxygen and glucose are produced. Then this oxygen is used in respiration. Okay, clear. It's used in respiration and CO2 is released. As soon as CO2 is released, it is used in photosynthesis. That is why mostly we prefer that oxygen is being released. No, CO2 is also being released. Now we listen to the statement like in night we don't have to sleep under trees. Why? Because in night we don't have photosynthesis, right? See, in the daytime only photosynthesis will occur when there is sunlight, right? When there is in night we don't have sunlight, that is why photosynthesis is not occurring, and that is why what will happen, oxygen and glucose won't be produced. Only photosynthesis happen only in the morning, but respiration happens throughout day and night every time. That is why CO2 is released every time. So CO2 was being used in photosynthesis. जब भी photosynthesis होता था तो ऑक्सीजन रिलीज होती थी, बट रात के वक्त photosynthesis नहीं होता है क्योंकि हमारे पास सनलाइट होना होती है और रात में सनलाइट नहीं रहती है, इसलिए photosynthesis नहीं होता है. बट रेस्पिरेशन तो हमेशा होता है, सुबह शाम हर वक्त रेस्पिरेशन होता है, जिसकी वजह से CO2 रिलीज़ होता है. और वो CO2 यहाँ पर कहीं पर भी वो यूज़ नहीं किया जा रहा है क्योंकि फोटोसिंथेसिस हो रही नहीं है. इसलिए हम बोलते हैं कि रात के वक्त हमें पेड़ों के नीचे नहीं सोना चाहिए. So that was about plants. Now I just wanted to give one simple diagram of a human respiratory system. I know it's very simple and it's not, so, organized, but still. For the ones who cannot draw like me, the ones who don't want to draw, for those, some people just leave the part. At least you will get 3 and 3.5 from 5 for this diagram at least. Okay. Now see, you should just draw like this and simple mouth and a head, okay, like this, and then a pipe with one funnel like something on the top and then rings here, okay. Now see, this is our nose and it's attached with our mouth, okay. This is our nose and the back of our head is totally pharynx. This is our trachea with ring like structures, and above the trachea, on the top of the trachea, we have larynx. Now this trachea is divided into 2 bronchi, okay. Again, bronchi are branched into bronchioles, small bronchioles, and bronchioles have alveoli. Alveoli are the site of exchange, okay. And you should draw this thing also. This is diaphragm. Don't get confused in the spelling of diaphragm. It is diaphragm. This is diaphragm. And one more thing. See, trachea and bronchi have cartilaginous rings. They have rings that is made up of cartilage. Why does trachea have rings? Why? Because whenever there is, when there is absence of air, the trachea shouldn't be collapsed. For that, the structure of trachea is made up of rings, and that too with the cartilaginous rings. Even bronchi are made up of cartilage only. Now let us see this thing. Transportation of oxygen, 97% is done by hemoglobin, and when hemoglobin is added up with oxygen, we say it as oxyhemoglobin, and the remaining 3% is dissolved in plasma. Plasma is nothing but fluid component of blood. Now coming to transportation of CO2, 5 to 7% is done by plasma, 70% is done by bicarbonate ions in plasma. Both are done in plasma but different method. Remaining 23% is also done by hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is not only meant for oxygen, सिर्फ ऑक्सीजन के लिए नहीं होता है. Hemoglobin CO2 के ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए भी होता है. और जब भी hemoglobin, whenever hemoglobin is combined with CO2, carbon dioxide, we say it as carbaminohemoglobin. So this is my last page of this chapter. So let us see the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So these are the features. This is aerobic and this is anaerobic. Features are oxygen requirement. Yes, oxygen is required. Anaerobic oxygen is not required. Aerobic respiration occurs in cytoplasm and mitochondria. See, energy is released in mitochondria. There are 2 steps, okay. In anaerobic also there are 2 steps. In aerobic also there are 2 steps. But in mitochondria energy is released. But in anaerobic respiration there are also 2 steps, but everything happens only in cytoplasm. That's the difference. Okay. फिर ब्रेकडाउन क्या होता है? कंप्लीट ब्रेकडाउन होता है यहाँ पर ग्लूकोज का. BD मतलब ब्रेकडाउन, ओके. कंप्लीट ब्रेकडाउन होता है ग्लूकोज का, यहाँ पर इनकम्प्लीट ब्रेकडाउन होता है. सी, ग्लूकोज का फॉर्मूला क्या है? वी हैव C6H12O6, ओके, एज ग्लूकोज फॉर्मूला. वी हैव 6 कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल्स. क्या होता है हमारे इसमें एरोबिक रेस्पिरेशन में टोटली ब्रेक कर देता है, पूरे 6 के 6 ब्रेक करके ओनली 1 कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल बन जाता है और टोटल ब्रेक होता है, कंप्लीट ब्रेक डाउन होता है। प्लस अब अगर एनारोबिक रेस्पिरेशन में देखोगे तो हमारे पास CO2 तो होगा ही, बट इसमें इथाइल अल्कोहल और लैक्टिक एसिड प्रोड्यूस होता है। इथाइल अल्कोहल इज़ नथिंग बट इथानॉल, एंड इथानॉल के हमारे पास C के 2 होते हैं और लैक्टिक एसिड में C के 3 मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं। तो यहाँ टोटली ब्रेक डाउन नहीं होता, और जब टोटल ब्रेक डाउन नहीं होता, कंप्लीट ब्रेक डाउन नहीं होता, व्हेन देयर इज़ नो कंप्लीट ब्रेक डाउन, and that what will happen, energy is released less energy is released. When you see energy produced in aerobic is 38 ATP molecules एरोबिक में होते हैं और एनारोबिक में 2 ATP molecules होते हैं. That is why we say that aerobic respiration is more useful than anaerobic respiration. Why? Because much energy is released when compared to this kind of respiration. So now we have completed our chapter, that is respiration. So if you have understood this, please like, please comment. Any kind of doubts, don't be free to ask me questions, and you can share this also. Thank you.